Hello guys, welcome to the Manjula Awakening. My name is Kiana, or welcome back if you are an existing subscriber. You are appreciated, you are valued here on the Manjula Awakening. So guys, as you see, I already have 15, 16, and 17 laid out on the board. I have that for a reason, because one of the most important things that I feel like that the General Tarot looks over is that in order to get to the star card, which is, it could be being a star, stepping out into the spotlight. It could be healing energy. It's just this hopefulness that is being restored. Before we can get there, we must be able to identify the chains that bind us. And once those chains are identified, we must then allow the tower to come through and create a massive change. There has to be inevitable things have to change in order to get to this star card. So what I wanted to do in this reading, guys, is get the overall situation. Now, this is a collective message, the first portion of this, but as you've seen by the title, it is all signs as well, because after I get the general message out, I am going to then go into another oracle deck as well as some tarot and get general advice for each and every single zodiac signs. So guys, stick with us. I hope that you guys enjoy this message. If at any point in time during this message you do find that it resonates, we would absolutely appreciate a thumbs up down below, as it does help get these messages out to other people in need. All right, guys, give me one moment. All right, guys, so let's see. What is the overall energy? What is the overall situation? What is the crowning energy? Survival. So there's definitely something that you're coming out on the other side of, but I feel like with this survival here, it's as if what you have to endure or what you have to give up in order to get moving forward, you feel like you cannot survive without. I don't feel like that is the case. I feel like that this has been given to you in surplus, or you've been able to hold on to this for so long because it was actually meant to be your ticket out of the confines of a paradigm. But you must be willing to give even if you do not receive immediate dividends. That's what I feel right off the bat, but let's see what Spirit's got going on. All right, Spirit, can you please show me how the collective is currently showing up? How is the collective currently showing up under these energies? Guys, I would really encourage you to check this message out for your 9th house placements. I really would. I would look and see what's in your 9th house, what's going on in there, and then try to apply this message from there. But, allow your spirit guides to lead you to the pieces that resonate. That's way too many. How is the collective currently showing up? So you're definitely having this accelerated motion. You're definitely moving forward and closing up a cycle. Absolutely. It's almost as if you've overcome some obstacles already. You're coming out on the other end already, collective. Absolutely beautiful energy. The World card, and then the Sun card right behind that. Absolutely coming out on the other side of something right now. But like I said, with this survival card here, it's like what you're holding on to is preventing. Yeah, I just got a vibration off of that. What you're trying to hold on to, thinking that you need it to survive, has actually been given to you. And like I said, you've been able to hold on to it for so long thus far, because it has its purpose for the long run. Give me just a moment, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Had an unexpected visitor but anyways, back into this reading here. Let's take a look. Let's look at this. What is it? Spirit, what are we going to use? Let me just stop moving. Let's look at what is the thing that is acting as a chain. What are we bound to that is preventing us from seeing the other side, seeing the light? What's going on? What is showing up as our devil at this time, Spirit? So, we have the 5 of Cups, the Death card, and the 6 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like that if one actually accepts the ending to a situation, there may, the way that it's going to look to those external to you. I feel like that what you're holding on to once got you a lot of accolades, a lot of attention, but by holding on to this, it is literally keeping you chained in this and unable to see the light. See, in this, and I did use this deck for a reason, because I love this Devil card. It's not that it's not there. It's not that it's not there. It's just that all the things that we tell ourselves and the things that keep us chained, they jade our perception of what it is that we're in. Yes, there may be a little bit of a climb in order to get there, but it's not inevitable. I mean, it's not impossible. But there's definitely there's something from the past, an ending, or something that has to end is really what I feel like the case may be. Actually letting go emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of that, releasing that to the universe and moving forward. But like I said, I feel like that the issue with this is how it would look and be perceived by those external to you. But while there may be what you consider a fall from grace, while it may be something that, I don't know. I just feel like that there's going to be a sense of like, damn, this always happens, or there's just some energy to that. But that has to be ended, because you're staying inside of a situation. Like, you've already learned the spiritual lessons on this situation, which is why it's like you've been victorious. You've learned this lesson. And that's why I feel like this Eight of Wands and this Chariot card is here for you, because you're about to be catapulted into triumphant success. So like the attention that you got from here has no, like, it doesn't stand. The Six of Wands doesn't hold a candlestick to the Star card. It's beautiful when it's used in its high vibrating energy, absolutely. But it doesn't amount to the Star card. That's actual stardom. That's actual recognition. That's like, this feels good for a long time. This is contingent upon those external to you. This is not. So let's see. The Tower. What is the thing that must be, how is the Tower going to take place in order as it pertains to this situation here? This is massive change. This is the need to make a radical change. So what does this radical change look like for the collective at this time? So we have the Three of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Wands. Okay. This is definitely a past memory that you have as it pertains to, like, when you were adventurous in you took a leap of faith out on someone or something. Maybe you tried to launch a business and you put a lot into that business. But like, you may have been putting a lot 3D into this connection, but not a lot, or this business, whatever the case it may be for you, but not a lot 5D. And if whatever you was putting into this situation in the 5D, it was it had a muck to it, had a skunk to it, and so it didn't go as planned. This radical change, it could hurt. It could hurt, but it's like the medicine to this hurt not only helps heal this wound, but it helps heal other wounds that you have not been willing to look at from childhood, possibly. But I feel like that this is this third, I'm not gonna lie, the Three of Swords and the Knight of Wands, for those of you all that are surviving bad toxic connections, and the shift that is needing to be made is not continuously going into connections where like where you just don't put a lot of, you only go into situations that you expect, you already know the outcome. You don't shoot for the bar, you know what I'm saying? You don't shoot for the stars. You set low expectations, that way you won't be hurt, is what I'm hearing. And so this is requiring a radical change. Actually change and shoot for the star, like going into situations where people are must be hitting on something. Instead of going into connections where you know that there's non-committal issues here, whether they're already committed to someone else or whatever the case may be. And I'm even going to go a little bit farther and say people that go into connections, well, I can change that. Once I give them my kind of love, they'll do different. That is third-party energy as well, because it's like you're committing to the energy of letting yourself down. But then when you get let down, you're blaming this person. So even though you know you're going into this with false expectations, you are already building you a contingency plan, which is to blame this other person, when in reality, you knew this wasn't going to work because it wasn't what you was willing to accept in this moment. Like you was going into this trying to change someone instead of accepting them for who they are. So that energy is what the Tower is. That's the change that is needing to be made in order for you to step in into this star energy. And with this Five of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, it's not going to be easy. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie and tell you that the first time you step out here, you're going to succeed at whatever it is that you're trying to succeed, whether it be a business or whether it be a connection. That's not what I'm telling you. There are going to be rifts inside of connections, and there are going to be times where you set out there and you feel like you got it all figured out, and then something comes up and you realize that you have none of it figured out. But how are you going to pick yourself back up? Or are you going to fall into this woe is me situation and allow your heart to think that you can't bring yourself back from this situation? Are you going to stay there? Or are you actually going to act differently? Are you going to look at the past and learn what it is that you need to learn and figure out what it is that you need to put an end to and what it is that you need to feed your energy into? Death and rebirth. You know what I'm saying? Victory is here for you. I'm here to let you know this. And it does require you to take on this lighthearted energy, this adventurous type, I'm just enjoying the journey. I'm not saying don't have long-term goals, but release the end expectation. Release what you think it's supposed to look like and really worry about enjoying the journey. You are safe. No matter what's going on around you, no matter what the ifs or shoulda, coulda, wouldas that are around you and in your mind, you are safe and you are protected. So what can you take from this moment? What can you pick up in this moment that allows you to see that you are safe moving forward? But let's get to the star card. So once this change is made here, Spirit, yeah, absolutely. Seizing opportunities, not focusing on not getting lost in the past, but being alert for the new opportunities coming into you. So what does this energy look like once the collective puts this away? So we have the Five of Wands, the Magician. I'm going to take that because I almost pulled it out. And then the Hermit card, absolutely, and the Knight of Cups. So what this is telling me is that whatever these conflicts are that you're having, this could be within a family dynamic, but it doesn't have to be, like I said, especially if you've just been at rift within a relationship, within your relationships, not just the one in particular, but all of them. This is about realizing that you really do have the magic touch into manifesting the compromises that you need. The Five of Wands in the reverse for me really does speak about not putting in the effort to fight anymore. Whatever this conflict is, I don't want to feed the conflict. I want to either heal the conflict. How do we survive this? how do we survive this? And that's where the energy needs to be focused on, because that is where the hope comes in, is knowing that as long as I pour my intention and and I'm not talking about this animalistic dogmatic survival technique. No, I am talking about this. How do we survive this? How do we overcome this? I don't want to fight with anyone. And that dogmatic survival mentality really does create woes for other people. So that's not what's going to get you this stardom attention. This is manifesting how can we learn from this situation and survive and move forward, so that this protection that is being shined down over me, let's combine your protection and my protection just by understanding one another and vowing not to fight with one another. Learn manifesting things, but this requires us to go within and look at oneself, because a lot of the times someone else's light really is reflecting something that we're not illuminating to the best of our abilities at this time. But I'm telling you right now, somebody's getting ready to step out on a platform. Somebody's been hiding their light for far too long, and this is about getting out of your shell and sharing what you have for the world. But you have to figure out how to do this, because there's a lot of protective energy. Wow, confirmation. Usually y'all know I got vibrations. But anyways, yeah, so not everything from this past not everything in your present moment is going to show face like it did in the past. But also, we have to be mindful of the red flags that we refuse to see in the past, right? And if we can say, well, if I had caught on to that red flag, then this, and this wouldn't have even played out. So if by me missing this red flag that allowed this person to do this, and this to me, let me just chalk this up to the game, because I should have been on my P's and my Q's when I seen that red flag, and I should have addressed it instead of sweeping it under the rug. That's how we begin to lighten our load. Stop trying to have this safeguard built in to blame somebody else. Right now it's about taking accountability, viewing this situation with accountability, because regardless of it, I'm surviving it. I'm at the end of it. This is a 19 card, that's 10, triumphed and accelerated motion. You're definitely at the end of this cycle and you have survived it. So we might as well just take the accountability so we can learn even more lessons and open our perspective to see even more gems hidden in this. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and move into Aries. Guys, I can't promise that I'm going to timestamp, because it's all beautiful. We got 12 houses. So, just scroll through as you feel fit. I made timestamp. I can't make no promises. What is the lesson for Aries placements, Spirit? What is the lesson here for Aries? Regret. Absolutely. I know that I cannot change the past. It's time to just set that free. That's that 5 of Cups energy right there. Wow, I have some surrender messages in here. I didn't even know it. Let's take it as it resonates. So this is Aries. What's Taurus? Surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling, Knight of Wands energy, during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. All right, Gemini. We have surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Right here. It's time to let your light shine, Gemini. Cancer. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change any outcome. And I'm going to go back to my Sunday school teacher, Mr. Ronnie. I won't drop his last name, but it's in the Bible. I don't remember. He might be disappointed in me there. But the first time I went to church as an adult, I was the only person in his Sunday school lesson. And we was talking about that Bible verse where it says, why worry when the birds have everything that they need? And, everything is provided for a bird. And if everything is provided for a bird, why do you look so little at yourself to think that your needs are not met like that bird's? All right, Cancer. Let's move on into Leo. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. This is Leo energy. So this is a Leo. This is about stop looking at that's the lion in the vulnerability of the human aspect. So there's a need to make sure that your vulnerability doesn't allow you to turn yourself into a victim to the point that you begin to justify your lion coming out all the time and then playing the victim of it. So this is about seeing when you show up as a beast, when you take things too far, how is that making someone else feel, even though it may have been justified? How does your response or your justification for your lion to come out, how does it justify? How does it make this other person over here feel? And then whatever it is that they justify based off of their feelings because of what your lion did to them, now has this. We got to get back to the contingency thing. All right, I'm not gonna harper. Virgo, we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. This is about going within, doing that self-reflecting. This is judgment energy. Doing a self-evaluation and allowing my internal light that I keep on protecting, and I'm being told it's time for me to let it shine for myself and those around me. How can I use it for myself in order to make better decisions so that I actually can be ready to step out? All right. So Virgo, Libra, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents me. There is a blessing and a lesson in every situation, and you have to be willing to find it. Even when your heart is broken, you don't get to stay there in victim mentality, Libra. There's, like I said, responsibility must be claimed and then push forward. And be grateful that those things were revealed at the time that they were revealed, so that you can, the sooner you figure things out, the better game plan you can, the better recovery you can have. Scorpio, forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Such Scorpio energy, because Scorpio holds on to things until they see their victim, for lack of better terms, at a weaker state. So this is about understanding that by holding on, the chains that bind you and harboring onto these situations, that you're looking for the perfect opportunity to have how does that feel moment. It really is preventing you from seeing the stardom energy that you're worthy of and that you're deserving of. So there needs to be some internal reflecting so that you can forgive. Like, what portion of this, whatever this person did to you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, 8th house, I don't care. Wherever your Scorpio placement is in your birth chart, what is it that this person did to you? What did that make you feel? What part of you felt violated by this? Because that needs some work. Do some work there, and in the moment that you do work on that wound, it will be easier for you to forgive and be able to move forward, so that you don't carry the weight of trying to make someone pay for what you feel like is their wrongdoing. Sagittarius, we have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. Sagittarius energy, absolutely. This is about being optimistic. Sagittarius, that's the 9th house energy, the house that I feel like that Spirit has led me to do the most work in. But this is about going out into every situation and seeing that they have something unique about this culture. They have something unique about the way that this family does something here. There's something unique about the way things are. This person acts this way, and just because I don't act this way, or just because I don't see the benefit of it, it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have a reason for it. So let me be open to see and learn why this person operates the way that they do, and then see how can that help me expand. All right, Sag, on to Capricorn. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. That's that Saturn lesson anyways. We're here to clear karma. Yes, I see that when I stepped on Billy Bob Joe's shoe and then when she got she was like, hey, I just pushed her and then she fell and the whole line fell and then my sister got scratched at the front. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm understanding that I made a mistake. It was my mistake. And instead of reacting to someone's reaction to my mistake, it is time for me to begin to act in a way that can clean up the karma that I just caused, right? All right. So Aquarius, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is definitely, even though we're on Aquarius and you know you're ruled by Uranus, you're also 11th house energy. This is saying that in order to be innovative, you know, in order for change to happen, your intuition is going to give you the tool, the droplets of knowledge that you need to find comfortability in this change, so that this change isn't just completely making you feel ungrounded. You have to tune into your intuition to allow you to ground yourself in the changes that are happening. I hope that makes sense for you, but it does require trust for you, Aquarius. Pisces, last but not least, we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. It's so crazy that I feel like that if we apply this first house, second house, everything lines up to the houses, the messages of the house. But anyways, Pisces, this is that energy of really, you know, you're the house of the collective consciousness. So this is understanding that you're here. You have conquered so much through all the houses. At Pisces, the 12th zodiac sign, you have conquered so much. And therefore, there's so much that must be shed back onto your the people that you encounter. But how are I feel like that right now there's this energy, there's a resistance to actually stepping out and sharing what it is that you've learned, and because you're guarded and blocked off, Pisces. But that definitely needs to be addressed there. Yeah, there's some loneliness there for Pisces. Pisces collective has been ostracized for so long because you do have such an intimate connection with the divine. You are able to, you know, I tell people a lot of the times, if we was to go back into the records of people in mental institutions, they had Pisces highly aspected and therefore they were ostracized. So Pisces energy, the Pisces collective has been hardened and closed off and not willing to dive into the unconscious mind because of the ramifications, that Six of Wands energy, the fall from grace, getting laughed at, being ostracized or banished or whatever the case may be. So this is really this is acting as a chain for the Pisces collective. Wow, guys, I pray that you all enjoyed this kind of message. If you did, please give us a thumbs up down below, as it just helps us be able to gauge what kind of message the Manjula Awakening audience is wanting to hear. And in all that we say and in all that we do moving forward, guys, let's choose peace, love, and light.